the boiler room, or Banana will see where he's heading towards. And it is going to be the former, I assume, with Crucial there. And we have got the P250 for ZywOo. Star players seem to be given that by default these days.
Yeah, look, a lot more chopping and changing of who's going to get what, right? In certain rounds, especially with a little bit cheaper FAMAS. Even in the second rounds of play, when the CTs maybe go for a save round on the CT side, you keep that armor, you get a FAMAS out, and looking pretty good for the second round. But we are just in the posturing stages of the pistol, the feeling each other out, the dating stage of this round. Is nothing really to report within the first 30+ seconds of this one.
Absolutely not, but ZywOo boosted up towards half wall here. Kiabi forward facing at the sandbags, quite committed, and he'll commit with the kill. That's actually quite nice. They need to get out of there now.
Yeah, they do. And one of the qualms was, oh, maybe being isolated, but Nerds has been isolated. Not expecting that. Dupree silently up and behind. And, oh, that is quite the shot from Crucial. Mid-air, Spinks has dropped the Julie's now in the hands of Dupree. Can't get anything done. And Crucial might just be locking this one down on his own.
He is delivering on all fronts here. Still on the bomb site. Not Molotov out, but they seem to know he's there. Can he get another? He absolutely can. Major surely doesn't have a shout in this one. Gets the double kill with the Berettas there. But EndPoint, they come out on top. It's Kiabi opening things up, taking ZywOo down. Remember, had that P250 armor combo, and Crucial holds his nerve once again. He is delivering in this series. A must-win pistol. They deliver, but with no plant down, there is going to be a forced fall. And a bit of a default start here from the T side.
Even shaky throwing the nades there from Kiabi.
Yeah, why not? Put a bit of spin on there.
Yeah, and actually got a bit of damage done as well. So I think some of the members right now of Vitality on notice with some flak damage. Apex, ZywOo, and Spinks all copying a bit of damage here early on in the start of this round, but they do have control of Boiler quickly. This looks like it might be a pop and go. Smoke towards long, you'd expect a flash from middle, and out he comes. Apex has single-handedly secured top mid control. They're turning the screws here, aren't they?
They really are, and you can see it's a nice crossfire here from the CTs, but is it enough?
It's so quick. I don't think they're ready for this, Henry.
Well, the FAMAS as well in the pit is not an ideal weapon for a big spray down. Great job from Spinks, as you would expect. It's up to Kiabi. Mighty Max trying to provide the covering fire as well, and they are buying some time here. The rotations can come through, but only just starting to rotate his Nerds. Good flashbang to bounce off the door towards short, and they're not exactly committing just yet. Spinks finds an entry point, but he also finds a bullet to the skull. Great job from Mighty Max, and Kiabi's still with him.
Okay, well, two of them have to be dealt with now, and up and over. Apex is looking for a little bit more in a round like this. The bomb will get planted in the meantime, and Apex just drops down behind them. The
Good
silent
job.
assassin with 2 massive kills.
Wow.
Make it 3. Apex lighting up the server and knocking EndPoint out. That's going to be the first.
That was very nice.
That was
very
beautiful
controlled,
play.
wasn't it? Like, he knew exactly what was happening there. That third kill as well, that was quite special. And to be fair to EndPoint, they did very well to even get to that point where they were still alive in the round. The bomb was going down, but they still had 2 players in towards the pit, but the timing eludes them. Apex threads the needle to perfection, and it will be Surreal saving the M4. But as we mentioned, money pretty decent, and the CT cam, sure it's 3-1, but still pretty not the most comfortable round for Vitality.
Surreal drops for Nerds and everything's fine.
Absolutely.
Right? That's the only drama they have, and everything else is pretty good. And if you want to get Crucial the AWP, you can.
Exactly. Mighty Max has $7,000, so that's an option, and he was looking very good.
Very happy there, Apex. Look at the coach, a fist bump.
So Max is just playing very defensively, unfortunately. So the AWP does come out. Crucial has looked fantastic, but so has ZywOo. 38 kills in that first map, but he is burning alive though. Down 40 HP, but still manages to get through. Can the CTs retreat? If they can, that'd be fantastic. Do not go down here, Nerds. Need you to stay alive. And he does. Doesn't even take a lick of damage there.
Residual utility for the CTs over towards spawn as well. You can see an incendiary on the radar on the top left that they might be able to go and scoop up. So it's a question of if. Crucial.
There it is, Crucial.
Oh. Stepping on out, and Spinks grabs 2 of his own. So continuing the back and forth nature of all of this, the round's kind of being turned on its head here.
Beautiful stuff here. We are seeing these rifles go toe-to-toe, and EndPoint are keeping up. It has to be said, they have the man advantage at this point. There's still a minute on the clock, plenty to work with for Vitality. Spinks, though, down to 32 HP, but might not matter if they run into Crucial first, but he's been hitting almost every shot he's presented with, and once again, continues to deliver. Doesn't close out the round just yet, and this is certainly winnable for Apex, who had a fantastic showing a couple of rounds ago, but CTs could be playing this very well. They push through the smoke together. There'll be opportune timing, but they are smoked out again. The double lineup is coming through. You could see it as soon as that smoke comes in. They were hoping for the fadeaway. It doesn't work out. They're left with the gray screens and couldn't recover.
I'm curious if he heard the sound cue, because the smoke, I think, hit one of the CTs as well.
Yeah, but
so
I think
he
probably
might have just noted, oh, there's someone in the smoke, peered back, and couldn't believe his eyes because the double up of Spinks was great. They have to go B now.
They have to, you're right, yeah. The fake has turned into the full commitment, actually. So, frontside smoke, Apex will follow it up with the CT spawn. Molotov towards the coffins, hoping to dispatch of Surreal, but he plays in front of him. He's happy to fight. He wants to take the attention away from Crucial. The AWP, that might be enough, you know. We'll see.
Well, they're waiting for Dupree, right? They're waiting for him to come around through spawn. But the smoke's going to start to fade. And he's just going to worry about the rotation. If they don't flush Crucial out, he could win the round. A bit of a miss there on the fade. Crucial needs to get it done. He's pinned in. Under all the pressure right now is Crucial. The rotation's coming, but it's not going to get hit quick enough. Jumping in the face. Crucial can't hit the no-scope. Apex continuing to hit shots.
That was the one.
Apex has been a beast.
He really has been. And another new in-game leader, I say new, another in-game leader that's kind of transitioned recently, I suppose, has been going strength to strength. It hasn't affected his fragging ability. As you can see in this series, he's looked coordinated and composed.
There was moments, right, and this is with Masuda on the roster, or even if you'd go back to with Kyojin and Shox before they made the big change. Apex was in a lot of positions where he was finding some key impact, right? And sure, it's not every game, right? But it's very difficult because people expect in-game leaders at the moment to frag like they're a regular player. But in some games, the puzzle is harder to solve than in other games.
Sure.
And when things are going as you plan as an in-game leader and everything's working, that's when you actually get to focus on your crosshair because, you know, you've called the strat and everybody's done their job and your part of the strat gets to work as well. And of course, they can find traction and a bit of action, but it's not always guaranteed. It's the same with entry fraggers, right? You might be having to give your life over in certain situations. Other situations, your teammate's flash is perfect, the smoke is perfect, and you can get all the space and find that kill. But that was massive, that shot towards Coffins.
That vital kill there from Crucial. He spots Dupree in CT spawn. If he gets that kill, I dare say, he pushes the T's back. They might give him a bit more respect. But as soon as that miss comes in, they have to swarm him, and it's the right call. He can't hit the no-scope, as you mentioned, and it might be another timeout here. Raging trying to grab the reins and see whether they can work something out with this AK-47 and the M4. So do they try and re-aggress here, establish some control once more? The smoke comes down from the B side, pits towards half-wall just to try and segregate the T's. Anyone in front of it, maybe get a flash kill, but if anything, it might have worked. By design, is falling or pushing the T's back towards the A-bomb side. They still have Majors can die with that, but the bomb being recovered, I dare say they can still fully execute.
Yeah, it's such a mystery, right? Because the smoke that the T's threw out there to at least flirt with the idea that we still have top banana control, the flash forward later definitely confirms that. And Crucial, can he find some impact here?
Deep breath. Flashed off, doesn't let his presence be known though. There's a kill, Chad. Yeah, hate to see that.
You don't love to see it, especially EndPoint fans out there. It's a hard one to watch. And not a hard shot to hit. Back turn, sure, but Apex is just mauling them now. Waltz is on in, Dupree's grabbed another. Let's call it 6, shall we?
It was on a silver platter. All he had to do was pick it up, and it happens, of course, in the back. Sometimes the hardest shots, but he was walking there. Should be nailing that one, unfortunately, right in the back. Anywhere on the body would have done.
That's the thing. With the pistols, I can start making an excuse because you're aiming for the head. But with the AWP, right, and I understand he was in the open. He could have he had to worry about mid as well.
He just overthought it, perhaps. He went for a little flick when he didn't have to. He took even his time. That's why I was surprised. I was like, oh, here comes the kill. He's taking his time, but still somehow didn't connect. Unfortunate. He's had a great series so far, but that could be one of the rounds that really cost him. I'm not sure that kill would have secured the round, but still, it doesn't look good.
It definitely could have been a difference maker, but who's to know? As Dupree, he's going to be bested by Nert. Surreal will defend his honor as well, and they retain a couple of weapons. So on the bright side is how we look at things for EndPoint.
Maximum loss bonus again, 2 M4s. They can bring in some Deagles here. Are we going to get a look at the moment?
We got it from Apex's perspective.
Okay, right.
The funny thing there is Apex is still juggling towards Banana. They don't have to go within these early stages, trying not to sustain too much damage.
So, the dwindling moments of the first half. Another slow-paced round for Vitality, leaving the bomb back towards spawn, just trying to establish that Banana control. And it's ZywOo having a pretty quiet performance here. They haven't really needed them to really go off, 3 and 9. But in terms of the setup here, once again, Nerds and Surreal getting aggro, trying to get back into that sandbags position. Good grenade, should be able to do a little bit of damage here, quite significant towards Mages. Remember, like we said, now you've taken him down to sub 80 health. Those dinks will actually be a one-shot kill. It's very important. Good flash, and they're willing to fight this. Whether it's the right play is yet to be seen. Good smoke, and they've established full control. With 45 seconds, it could be enough to dissuade them.
That's a nice late top banana retake
Absolutely.
here. But if there's a half wall flash and they come through, if both fall over without a fight, the round is basically done. This is well-timed utility usage, but the thing is that's going to subside with about 25 seconds left, and they are stuck to their guns going B. So it's about to go down top banana.
Okay, so Rio trying to turn from the flash. Nuz needs to deliver with the first kill. Once again, takes down ZywOo. This is looking very good, but can they hold on? Apparently not. 20 seconds remain.
They should be in.
They should be in. That's the full B defense completely taken down. The smoke will completely nullify Crucial's efforts, and all he can either do is run through or just take the grenade and make his way towards Ruins. He'll opt for the latter. And the bomb's going to be planted here. Spinks up against it, but Dupree on that hot flank once again. He's going to be a nuisance here.
Looks like they want to give this one a go. Max is going to try and creep in through the smoke.
You got to.
Oh, they found him. They've caught him. Apex trying to drop off the ledge silently. The smoke had already faded, and Dupree now needs to make it quickly to help on Spinks. Currently on his momentum right now, but not for long, as Dupree in the back executes two clinical stuff onto Kirby and Mighty Max, and it's just Crucial left alone to clutch. No kit, no hope.
All right. Welcome back to the sandy shores of the Mediterranean. We're here live in Malta for ESL Pro League Season 16, and you find us in a difficult position for the team of EndPoint. They're currently down 11-4 on the map pick of Vitality. Series point looks like it might be coming quite soon here. Chad, do you have any hope, any faith that EndPoint can bring this back to a competitive standpoint like they did on Vertigo?
I like the way that you've given me this opportunity here to build it up and really sell them back into the game.
Just want to see where you're at, that's
honestly,
all.
this one's done, but hang around for the good vibes and the hot takes. Because the most recent one, Horse's name was Friday, said cereal with warm water is not bad at all. So it's quite the hot take.
It's hot water and a hot take.
Yeah.
I don't know about
this
that
game's
one.
lukewarm.
Have you tried cereal with water in general?
No, I'm not an animal. I'm a civilized human being drinking cow's milk.
It's making me feel quite sick even thinking about the warm water.
Why is anyone even making that trade-off? But they're about to walk into a three-man stack on the B bomb site. That's the second letter of the alphabet. Entry flash for Mighty Max here, but guess who's got two flashes of his own? It's Apex.
When they come, Seated Defense looking poised for a couple of kills here, but you have to say, EndPoint have actually broken through. Their Glocks can do damage at close range, but it's Magus that we find in that first kill, and surely he gets taken down. Looking quite good for a pistol victory, 4 versus 3, but ZywOo, he's got his dual Berettas, no plan as of yet, and here's an old school P2000.
Okay, Apex, what do you got for us here? He's poised, he's ready. He knows that one has to be over towards Pool, so he can turn his attention elsewhere into the side. But look how far he's been able to creep in towards the back lines here. Rotation of his teammates. Sure, they're there, but Apex is the initiator. Spotted, and he's going to get one kill. The second for Apex. ZywOo chimes in as well. How is this falling apart?
It's not over just yet. Kiabi inflicting damage, but there it is. Just fantastic work from Apex there. He's called everything. He's taken the information the moment Crucial shot him from the pit as well. That's the moment his teammates come in. Avant-garde execution towards Arch, a different smoke and Molotov combo. We haven't seen that before. The pre-fire, obviously very calculated, and doesn't work out for them. A little bit of lackluster finish, just walking around in towards the A side, mowed down from the headshot position. It's called that for a reason, I suppose. This man will just take your head off every peak you're making, and they're trying to trade it out, I get it, but like, it's just all collapse at that point. As soon as the first player goes down, you've got the silenced M4, you're not exactly sure where he is, you're trying to re-peak, he's got so many advantages, ducking and weaving, and that's the first real entry point for ZywOo in this map as well. He hasn't really done much, so what a round it is to take.
But I really like this contrast, a map where ZywOo goes off and they win, and a map where ZywOo hasn't had to go off and they still win. That's a nice contrast for them to have right now.
Yep.
And we are headed for that collision course of a 16 to whatever victory here in a 2-0 fashion for Vitality. This is just a matter of time. I'm not going to say I'm going to eat a shoe or put my house on it, but I strongly believe that is where we're heading. We don't need any of those forfeits.
No, we'll try and avoid that. Silly business this season if possible.
So they're going to get the silent boost up in towards Boiler.
Retake utility to try and establish the banana control.
It's all these little details that we're talking about right now that are the coolest things about Counter-Strike.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you know, everyone having this pinpoint perfect utility, the understanding of when to use it, the knowledge of, all right, if I spam this wall for the halls push, we do a silent. You know, that's the thing that is great about Counter-Strike.
Mertz has to give his position up, and he is mowed down by design. You can see the smoke already behind him. They're trying to lock down that locked position. Perfectly played there. Advantage in more ways than one here, and a full commitment towards the apartment. ZywOo once again spraying them down. Good shot from Kiabi, but